Hello, ladies, how are you all doing? I truly hope things are going well at your end. I am so grateful to be here with you today. And if you have clicked on this video, I just want to send you a big warm hug. I may not know your exact story, but if you are here, there is a good chance you have been facing the heartbreak of infertility or the disappointment of failed IVF cycles. And that kind of pain is something I know very well. Today, I want to share my journey, not as a doctor or as a medical expert, but simply as a woman who has walked this path. I went through 5 failed rounds of IVF and 9 failed IUIs, and then when I least expected it, I got pregnant. Naturally, yes, naturally. And after I had nearly lost all hope of being a pregnant woman, I got pregnant. So grab a cup of tea, get comfortable, and let's have an honest heart-to-heart conversation. Let me take you back a little. My partner and I started trying to conceive in our early 30s, fully expecting it to happen quickly, like it seems to for everyone else. But month after month and then year after year, nothing happened. We went through all the tests, hormone panels, ultrasounds, sperm analysis, the full roller coaster. Everything came back mostly fine, which is in some way made it even more frustrating. There was no clear answer, just that one heartbreaking truth. The second line on the pregnancy test never appeared. Eventually, we are told IUI and IVF is our best shot, so we jumped in, hopefully and readily do this. Round 1 was full of excitement and hope, but the embryo did not implant. Round 2, we adjusted the medication, tried to stay optimistic, but still no success. Round 3, I got pregnant but miscarried at 6 weeks. That one shattered me. Round 4 and 5, more pain, more injection, more emotional exhaustion. By then, I did not feel like a person anymore. I felt like a science experiment, like my body had betrayed me. What people don't talk about enough is the emotional trauma of failed IVF cycle. It is just the physical toll. It is the endless waiting for the doctor's call after days of injection, the fragile hope you cling to, and then the crashing disappointment that feels surreal until it becomes your reality. And the hardest part is everyone around you, friends, cousins, relatives, continues on their lives. Baby showers, birth announcement, glowing pregnancy photoshoot, while you feel completely stuck, frozen in place, hurting in silence. I will never forget the moment after our 5th failed IVF cycle. I sat on the bathroom floor and cried for 2 hours. Not just because I was not pregnant, but because I did not recognize myself anymore. That was the moment I knew I needed a break. Not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I was exhausted in every possible way. I had spent years pouring every ounce of myself into treatments, timelines, and test results. And I was completely drained. So I stopped. I paused all the appointments, all the medication, all the carefully planned cycles. I gave myself permission to step off the treadmill and just breathe. In that space of stillness, I began to look inward. I started reading more about natural healing, nutrition, mind-body connection, and alternative therapies. Not out of desperation, but out of a quiet hope that maybe there was another way to reconnect with my body. I told myself, let's just give this body some time, let's stop fighting it and start listening to it. Let's see what else is out there. And for the first time in a long time, I choose rest over resistance. I choose healing over hustle. That's when I came across traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, specifically acupuncture and Chinese herbal remedies. At that point, I felt like I had nothing to lose, so I committed to it wholeheartedly. I did acupuncture consistently for 6 months and took customized herbal blends prescribed by a licensed TCM practitioner. Slowly, I began to notice real changes. My cycle started to regulate, my mood lifted, and finally, I started sleeping through the night. At the same time, I also explored Indian herbal medicine, especially Patanjali infertility support product. These blends are rooted in Ayurveda and have been used for centuries to support reproductive health. I took them with the same dedication, following every instruction without skipping or second guessing. But the biggest shift, and maybe the most important one, was that we stopped trying. No more ovulation tracking, no counting days, no obsessing over symptoms or timing. We put away the calendars, the apps, the endless reminders, and gave ourselves permission to just live and travel. We choose to focus on being a couple again, not just partners in the exhausting mission to conceive, but two people who deeply loved each other. We needed connection, laughter, and lightness back in their relationship. We went on walks, cooked together, traveled together, had conversations that were not about fertility. Intimacy became less about timing and more about closeness, comfort, and joy. Looking back, I think that shift, that release of pressure, played a much bigger role than I realized at the time. My body was healing, yes, but so was my heart. And for the first time in years, I felt like me again. Not just a woman trying to get pregnant, but a whole person resting, reconnecting, and slowly reclaiming her life. And then one quiet morning, 7 months later, I saw those two pink lines naturally. No injection, no medication, no hospital gowns, just two pink lines. I could not believe it. Honestly, I did not fully believe it until the ultrasound revealed a tiny, steady heartbeat. Maybe the lingering effect of all those hormones from past treatment played a role. Maybe the natural herbal remedies made a difference. Or perhaps it was my body's own internal healing. Or a combination of all these things. I don't know for sure. All I know is that heartbeat was real. So here is what I want to say to you. If you are feeling broken, helpless, or defeated, please don't give up hope. IVF helps millions of people, but it is not the only path. If your body feels drained and your heart even more, so it's okay to pause. It's okay to explore a different way. Here is what helped me after 5 rounds of failed IVF cycle and 9 rounds of failed IVI cycle is: Number 1, 6 months of traditional Chinese medicine, including acupuncture and herbal therapy. Number 2, 6 months of Ayurvedic medicine from Patanjali, natural, herbal, and focused on balancing my reproductive system. Number 3, and most importantly, letting go of stress and pressure, giving my body the time and space it needed to reset. I truly hope you guys conceive naturally, but even more than that, I hope you find peace along the way. Thank you for listening to my story, sending love, hope, and baby dust to each and every one of you. And I believe you guys are very strong, and I hope you guys take care of yourself. Bye.